Okay, we are back. We're getting back on the road. But yes, so we're waiting for Kaya to pop back in the room, and so we can get this chit chat on and see what she got going on and how she's handling this whole lockdown thing from LA. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom. Connecting.
Hey,
There.
Boulet!
Hey.
I was like, oh, okay,
Girl,
yeah.
you better have the lighting and everything going on. You look real dreamy over there.
Don't play. Hold on. Let me get her together. Hold on. Get a little, yeah, let me bring her focus to the middle.
Hey,
Okay.
Kaya.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm really good. Let me focus and center her. Okay, cool. Here she go. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm really
How's everything going over there with you on the lockdown?
it's actually going really good. I'm really fortunate, I
Mhm.
will say. Lots of I'm really happy that I decided to start a business while trying to be a celebrity stylist because
Mhm.
um that would have kicked me in my ass right now.
Mhm.
It really would have kicked my ass while it was really hard to balance.
Mhm.
um it was God must have knew this day was coming
Mhm.
because I was prepared for it. You know what I mean?
So,
And
do you start something outside of hair, or
no,
is
I
it in the hair business?
was and selling my hair.
Okay, got you.
Believe it
Mhm.
or not, people really still want to look and feel pretty. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I come in the room, I put my hair, I put my makeup on, and I just, do my little videos.
Mhm.
So, and that has been really probably the lifesaver. It really has.
Mhm.
It's been a lifesaver financially, I will say that. And then,
Mhm.
me and my boyfriend, fortunately, we really get along. You know, that helps. It helps. Like if you with a companion, you don't get along, you like, God damn it, all the shit you never saw because you was gone all day, you ain't
Mhm.
see it. So,
Now
and
I saw the video that you posted with like the day you had to close down the salon. And I
heart,
so but you know what the thing was, but I felt the same way when I closed it because I have a staff of 10. And so when I had to like let them all know, like y'all can't come back to work until this is over with. And
do you guys have an ordinance like we did, Beverly Hills?
yeah,
Okay, so they
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, they was like, y'all need to shut down.
Yeah,
So when I had to let them know, and they're like, well, what we supposed to do? And I'm like,
we got 1 day's notice,
oh well, we got
maybe two.
we got 1 day too. We knew it was coming. We didn't know what day it was coming.
Right.
So and then when it came, they were just like shut down.
Do you
We was
guys still
like,
pay rent for your
yes,
You do. Yeah, because
yeah.
you know what? Why are landlords exempt from the goddamn
And with that being said, because I don't, my son is booth rental, and I don't charge them market rate for what the booth rent is in the buckhead. So I told them, I said, listen, I've
no,
been giving y'all a discount all this time. Y'all got to continue to pay this booth rent while we close. If y'all want to come back to a space, if y'all want to come back to a space,
that's really good. And
yeah,
the real problem is we just don't know how long.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're telling us May 1st for us, which I know is that's what I said. I was like, this we
Oh, and then
can't.
and then when you get sued, who gonna carry the tea, honey? That's
Yes.
so really like I went to your space, you were full, and you knew your people were sick. Like I had a client today that was like, Kai, remember we was in the salon? We already caught this before because you got me sick. And I was like, damn. When she said that out her mouth, because I remember the client that got me sick.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
remember in November, December, everybody got sick. You remember
Mhm.
top of the year?
Mhm.
That's when the corona really hit over in
Mhm.
China, November, December.
Mhm.
Then people start getting colds around like December, January, and it just spread the world. Because I know my people over on the East Coast were sick, Dallas, people were sick everywhere. So
Yeah, and then nobody know what it really was. Like you were going through it. You went to the doctor. They're like, "Child, you got a cold." You like, "No, this is not a cold. I feel terrible."
right, right. I'm the type of person where my motto is I don't get sick because I can't afford it.
Mhm.
Like I can't
Yes.
get sick, so I don't get sick. Like literally,
Hmm.
I'll work out or something and it'll be gone. So
Hmm.
I never really get sick. So I never had the flu or anything. So for me, the fear really is when I watch the news.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
I watch the goddamn news. That when I want to be informed, I like, okay, Kai, it's like your phone. I do a check-in every morning
Hmm.
and I might hit a little CNN at night. You know what I mean?
I try to stay away from it all the way. I
Why does
just
it
because
affect you emotionally?
yeah, it does. Like it just affects the emotion, and it's just like I know what's happening, and I know what's going on. And I know what I need to do right now. I do a little check in to see like when they're gonna open up stuff back up. But for the most part, I don't got to hear about y'all talking about this every day. Ain't
Yeah.
no cure. It's gonna take a year and a half to get 2 years to get a cure. I get it.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yes. It's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
So back to when you said celebrity stylist, you put these quotes up, and I want do you subscribe to the title celebrity stylist, or are you a stylist that just happens to do celebrities?
Um, to be honest, to be completely
Uh-huh.
transparent, I have to subscribe to both because
Gotcha.
it's like the saying goes, like people always hate. Like I would like to compare it to people living in LA.
Hmm.
They always say, "Oh, LA, they're so Hollywood, they're so this, they're so that." Well, this was a part of my journey. This was
Hmm.
part of what I chose and to be a part of my journey. So when people say that to me, I really don't get it.
Hmm.
Um, and I've decided that this is the life I want.
Hmm.
I can't hate on it.
Yeah.
I gotta
Hmm.
you a celebrity stylist, okay? Like I hate the title because I feel I'm so much more. You know what
Gotcha.
I mean? I'm a creative director, a producer. I shoot, I photography. I really do everything creatively. I do my videos. I produce everything. Like I'm a real creative person. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I'm an all-around stylist. It's like everything. So to me, it's like it's kind of menial to me. Like
Hmm.
I'm just a hairstylist. Meanwhile, we make more than doctors, but I
Yes.
don't feel, and people try to make you feel like it's not as much. So the title celebrity stylist is an additive.
Hmm.
No matter what you want to, no matter if you want to hate it on or not, it is what it is. So for me, it was like, damn. Did I say that in the quote? Is that what you're saying?
But no, because you where you were talking, you did celebrity. You said because I'm a celebrity style, like you given the thing, and I was just like,
Right.
okay, so you get
Right.
it too,
Because
because everybody.
what I was saying was, it don't mean nothing now.
That's what, girl. It don't mean
While
you.
I'm really transparent. This
Mhm.
it's funny because this is the first time I actually talk about this out loud. Um,
Mhm.
I've been in my head as a stylist. You know, you, I am. I'm a veteran. I'm a
Mhm.
at this point in my career, I'm a real veteran, and
Mhm.
I've been in this business a really long time. I've been successful for over 25 years.
Mhm.
Not a game. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It's not a game, and it comes with huge sacrifice. And
Mhm.
you start thinking around 40. Shit, am I gonna be really just and in no hate? Like I love it. Somebody said come to the camera close enough. All right, D always okay. So you start thinking around 40, really for 38 for me, because I remember 38 because it was the moment I really got real serious insurance. If anything happens
Mhm.
I got like disability type. Like, so if anything
Right.
happens to me, I get 5 figures, not little
Mhm.
2,500. I get real money. It made me
Mhm.
start to reflect on it. Then it started making me reflect on, okay, you need another stream of income constantly. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Which I had always been doing that anyway. I'm an ambassador,
Mhm.
I'm a salon, and I'm a stylist, and I do like 4 things I do. So
Mhm.
around 3 years ago, I was like, you know what? I really want to get into, the hair business more because I was ordering from different vendors and stuff like that. And I was like, had I not, and your career, because another thing, your career starts to change. You can't be here the whole freaking time.
Yes.
It's just what it is. I've been relevant for 25, and I'm really being humble because it's probably like 27. I've never had another job ever in my life. I never worked here, there. No, I went straight from 14 to the salon. My mom passed away. Boom, start hair because you got to start eating and figure this out. So kind of my story. So I'm kind of giving you the long-winded to give you a little.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. That's what this is here for. Because I think a lot of people don't. The reason I started doing this is because a lot of people see everybody where they're at, but nobody knows that they think that it's like, oh, you just popped up. And it's especially now for us that was before Instagram. It's like, no, we worked and we had to work. We had to grind, and it's a story that goes behind everybody's thing. We couldn't post a viral video back then. You had to do good work, and you had to be referred. You had to get it's a thing. So that's why I'm doing this. So your long-winded version is amazing. That's what we want to hear.
So I want to try to get a little bit of this on my video screen. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. The thing for me, so I started thinking about it a few years back when I was just like, you know what, like real talk, like what am I going to do? We're going to be running around, and I don't mean this in a negative way, celebrities. I'm going to be running around behind celebrities at fucking 50, dude. And it's okay. It's okay. Whatever people's path is, it's okay. But it's not my whole path. So while other stylists are growing, I'm kind of like, oh shit, like, your ego, it's not the big ego, be like, well, damn, I'm not getting the calls, or damn, I want to be doing this. Be like, girl, you had your time. I'm like, this is me talking to myself. You had your time, Tati. You've been around for years, like for years. So it's okay. And then I go right into that happy place. Like, you know what? This is okay. So it all is connected for me. When I closed those doors, I remember being in the salon with like two other stylists, D Lashes one, plus another stylist, Robbie Rogers, and we were just closing out, getting all of our, kind of the beginning of getting our stuff. Is the next day I had to get my stuff. So I shut the doors, took some of my stuff home, whoop. And I was like, and then I walked out to my car, and I went back to get the second round. It was like, boom, bitch, it's over. You really don't know when you're going back. No, you there's no end date. And in my life, your life, our type lives, we have a itinerary.
Itinerary, yes. We gotta know when something start, when something end. We gotta know what's next. We planned. My whole year was planned out.
Oh yeah, I wasn't that good. Like I wasn't that good, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think I have commitment issues because anything too long term, like I don't even take clients past a month. I only because my life could change like that. That's why I don't have kids either. But I just was thinking like, this the whole celebrity stylist thing. It hit me then. I'm like, shit, it don't matter now. you and the celebrity sitting at home. I never thought that it would have been this. You know what I mean? I would have never thought that they were gonna be like, oh, you're not gonna be able to go to work for a while, girl. We're like what, 29 days? 29 days now. Like this is actually real, you guys.
Yeah.
And don't let me get conspiracy theory because it's really a bigger plan. It's not even about the COVID. It's really just let me just put you guys in a thing so you can understand why you're here.
Right.
Y'all don't even know why you're at this point. When America's economy is shut down, it's a MF problem.
Yes.
With everyone, America.
Because everybody's losing money. Like I knew. Yes. Well, I knew it was going down when they stopped sporting events. I said, wait, y'all stopping basketball, football, and baseball? And y'all ain't doing none of this? Y'all closed down Disneyland and Disney World? Like, y'all ain't doing, like, this is what this is? Oh, okay.
Let me take this serious, right?
Yes.
And it just, my advice is just like real talk, like really figure out your different streams of income. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've been really trying to get into financial literacy for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for quite a that's been my next venture is really to be a business entrepreneur, help other stylists. That's why I built out the Musepreneur program so that stylists can come on board and basically like sell hair. And you know, I've done all the work. I built a platform. They don't have to worry about money, finances, anything. You just sell, you get a check. You sell, you get a check. Because a lot of times to run a company, most people are doing one wig at a time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of work and it's a lot of money, especially if you want quality. I have a certain clientele. I have women like from Sierra Lala, Halle Berry to, you know, to the girl on Insecure, to all type of girls wearing my wigs. I don't even talk about it. Chloe,
Right.
tons of people. I don't even really, you know, advertise it like that. But, you know, having that stream of income coming in is really, really helpful. And that's the bottom line. And celebrity stylism don't even matter right now. What matters when your ass is sitting at home. Yeah, and that's what I figured now. I guess God was, a lot of people had a great goddamn year. And I hope they're saving their money because you're going to be living off that money for at least the next,
for a while.
You know what I mean? At least the next 2 months. And then the other thing is the companies are going to be shutting our rates down again. So where you getting this rate, you know, I remember in 2006, the other recession that happened, I was too detached, you know what I mean, from it. I was making money. The Dream Girls tour was happening. I made so much money in 3 months. I bought a place downtown for almost $800,000 here in LA. And downtown, before downtown had hit. And I'm like, downtown, they got hit again. They 10 years. And we're at 13 years and this shit got hit again. The homeless outrageous. Anywho, I'm getting off track. But the point is, I forgot the goddamn point. Where was I going with it there? Tell me. Gosh,
Well, you was just talking about financial literacy, having money, saving money.
Yeah, saving your money and just making sure you have, you know, your streams and starting this company really did, it just helped me out so much. And I started Musepreneurs to just help other stylists, and that really, just thinking about my exit strategy, I think that has really is what prepared me for today. You know
so let's talk about getting to who Kiyah Wright is now. Like, so you started doing hair. So you said hair was your only job, right?
My only job. I never had another job ever in my life.
So obviously you were a salon stylist and you did hair in a salon. So then when it was time to switch over, because you know, going from doing salon hair to dealing with celebrities, how was that switch over for you? Was it a leap of faith? Like, wait, first, where are you from?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
Okay, so you're in D.C. You're doing hair in D.C.
Yeah, I'm from Washington, D.C. I started at, like, my mom. I remember my mom passed away and she put me in hair school. I'm 14. She has an aneurysm, dropped dead in my face. I go to hair school, but right before she died, she put me in hair school. Thank you, Jesus. And so I went from, I graduated at like 16. So by 17, I'm in the salon. I used to see these guys in DC and Georgia Avenue, be a real conversion. And they were like, they were these gay guys, but they were like marketing fucking geniuses, wearing spandex, neon outfits, walking down Georgia Avenue. I don't know if you know, if people from DC know Georgia Avenue. And I learned so much from them because I didn't know I was learning, but I learned so much to them about hairstyle. When Salt and Pepper would come to town, they would do their hair, her hair, one of the guys, the whole thing. And they really did get me prepared and have an understanding for marketing a whole bit. Then I started, from there, I just started branching off on my own, booth renting. I became a better stylist. My goal back then was to do all the drug dealer girls' hair. That
was never ending money.
Yeah, I just want to know who got the coin. So
right.
I go and I'm doing all the drug dealer girlfriends because that was my celebrities back then, you know. And I would do all of those girls. I'm in like Silver Spring, DC, so I'm right at that line of Georgia Avenue, Silver Spring, DC line. And you know, in this little rinky-dink little salon, but it was very popular, and there was only like 3 of us working there. I learned the basics there. From there, I just kind of branched off. Always worked at salons that when I moved to New York, then I moved to New York probably like 6 years after my career, because I moved to New York at like 24.
Mm-hmm.
I started like 17 to like, so I'm already like 5 years doing hair strong. Grew a clientele that was so crazy. So I knew early on that this all I could do. I don't know how to do anything else. My mom put me in the hair school and that was it. Became popular in DC. That was my goal, be popular and get focused to make money. I just was like, I gotta make money. $2,500. He was making like 2,500, 3,000 a week. I was like, shit, I gotta make that. So that became my goal. And then as time went on, I just did it. I worked hard and I stayed in DC till I was 24. And then I met Puff, hanging out, Howard, DC, the whole thing. And he was like, I worked at this salon in New York and he was like, I got Bad Boy and I got these artists. Can you do their hair? And I was like, cool. Mary, Faye, you know, he had just started managing. Andre Harrell, just started managing. I remember he had a Burgundy Range Rover. And he came over to the salon and he was like, I want my artist hair to look just like yours. I want that look right there. You know, so I started with Faith. Things went good for like a year. All that Biggie stuff, all that early, her meeting Biggie, all that stuff early on. I was a part of all that. The video with her in the car leaning with Biggie like this with those bags. Like Biggie right here, I did all that. I was there when they met at the photo shoot, the whole thing. So that was a great part of my career. Did New York up like to the fullest for like 8-9 years. I toured and lived on the road for 13 years, literally on the road, like with Puffy, 112, Maya, Adina Howard, Lauryn Hill was the last before I moved to LA. 90s were the best. And I was, you know, then when from New York, September 11th happened, boom. Industry changed, everything changed. I probably was a recession during that time. And I just got out of there and I moved to LA. So that was like 2001.
Oh, wow.
So I was in New York from 2004 to 2001, so 7-8 years, somewhere in there, 8-9 years. And then I moved out here to LA. And I was just like, I need to go where the stars at. Where's the stars? That's where I want to be. And so I out here and, you know, had a very blessed career. You know, I always was like, I want to go to the salon first because I was a salon girl at the core. Even being on the road, I was always like 3 months out, I'll go back to the salon for 2 months. 3 months out, I'll go back to the salon. Like I just needed the security, the extra money, whatever. And moved to LA. Things just kind of went like after 2 years, I got with Tyra, worked with her for 12 years. I won 2 Emmys, you know, and I was like, I don't really want to do television. Television hair, I did it for 7 years. It wore me out. I'm ADD. I'm like a little kind of crazy all over the place. So when you go into that place every day, it's no windows. So you're in this closed sort of environment every single day. And after a while, you don't realize how it really affects you. I was like, I can't walk in here another day. I'm done. Got Nico, the hairstylist out here to cover me. And I just sort of began to transition out. I had won 2 Emmys. Mission accomplished.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't need this anymore. You capping my money out at $45 to $65 an hour. I don't want it anymore. I only get extra money when I do ad campaigns and they try to roll that into the set. A lot of stuff people, you know, that'll be another conversation.
People don't understand all that stuff.
But they all want to be into doing TV hair. Everybody now, that's their new thing. I had a girl come from Atlanta. I want to do TV hair, but coming out here charging me to be my assistant $1,000 a week. Like, girl, no, doesn't work.
Right.
Not gotta work the way in, girl. So, you know, so from here, my career just really spiraled after 2 years. Tyra called me for like 2 years to come work on a show. I was like, ugh, because people were telling me TV girl ain't no money. TV ain't no money. Then the spirit just switched me around. He knew what I was up against. Got with her. Marriage Made in Heaven, 12 years I rode with Tyra, won the Emmys, like I said, and then I decided to start my own business, my own brand. That's when I came out with my Muse Hairspray.
Muse Hair.
I started with Muse Hair and Muse Hairspray. I had to come out with something first. Started with the, you know, Muse Hairspray, and, you know, then I kind of put the product to the side because I kept becoming an ambassador. So if somebody's giving you money, you gonna take 6 figures or you're gonna take this. You know what I mean? At the time, I was like, I started out like just being like a small level influencer, and then I grew. I just kept growing as an artist. So showing them like, brand quality. I can do what you need. They just like me. So they just kept bringing me on. I just signed again like this week. You know what I mean? So like 12 years with P&G. So, like I said, other streams of income is really, really important, and so from there, like starting the product line was good, but I didn't stick with it. I didn't get, like I said, I couldn't put behind it because it was competitive to what they had. And, I'm just like, what do I do now? But I started it. Then 3 years ago, I started the hair. And that's kind of where I'm at now. Like that hasn't been an easy road, but it's been cool. Learning understanding the market, learning what people like, how they spend, what they spend on, like all of those things is what I'm most interested in, and how to make money. How do we make money during this time?
So coming out of, I like the fact that a lot of people, like, especially back in the 90s, when you look at all those people as celebrities and celebrity stylists, all of the relationships are built on relationships. Like how you said you met Puff. And so and then he was in the beginning of his stages and he brought you through with him. But how did you know about your worth? Because a lot of stylists get real confused about that. Because it's like, when you were in a salon and you're trying to study $5 for watching set, and now you're on the road, and it's like, how did you know what to charge these people, or how much your time was worth being with these people?
Right. Those who are asking, musehair.com is where you can get products.
Oh, type it in the thing so I can pin it. So type it in.
Muse Hair. This one. She remind me. .com. Hold on. Musehair.com. All right, and then Kiyah Wright. Oh, they see me Kiyah Wright 1 too.
Yeah.
So so you asked me, how did I know my worth?
Yes.
So I think that early on. Oh, I know. I got an agent. So back then you had to have a portfolio, like a real book. I actually still have some of my freaking portfolios. I should show you guys. Oh my God, so funny. Our portfolios from back in the day, and those portfolios, you had to have the hard. Remember the hard?
Yeah, the hard cover and the page. Yes.
So back then, that was how I was getting the work, and then I worked in a very popular salon, and the girl that I worked for actually lives down there now. Her name is Annette Coleman. Now Annette had a
Annette. Yeah, I know Annette. I met her through tweets. Yes.
Annette knew everybody. When I tell you everybody, like I met Mike Tyson, Queen Latifah, her mama, but everybody used to come through this salon. It was called Go With The Flow. And it was like freaking everybody came through this. So people started to see my work. You know what I mean? She already had a popular salon. And hey, Tim, the crazy thing is when I first moved to New York, another crazy story, everybody at the salon got robbed. And when I came in, I swept up the clientele because the stylists were scared and they left. They put everybody in a bathroom and they left. And so stylists broke. Like I was scared to death and they left. And then boop, here I come. Same thing happened in LA quickly. The guys with Aaliyah died in a plane crash. Another guy jumped off the Beverly Center. Here I come, swept up the clientele. So 2 inconvenient times for other people worked out for me.
Right.
So back then I would build up the book, take pictures, try to produce my own photo shoots, whatever I had to do, take those pictures, put them in my portfolio, and then I took it to an agency. You go to vet and agents, they begin to tell you your worth. All right, your rate is $1,500. Your rate is $1,200. Back then, rates were like $1,200, $1,500. Then they grew up to like $25. Then the economy hit and slicked your rates in half. That was pretty much it. My goal was back then, and even now, to always have a manager or agent that represents you as talent, because they can tell you, how to put a dollar to your worth. I'm still scared to charge people.
Yeah, me too.
How much? Well, I did do a full weave color, and I don't want to say 1,500, so I'm still doing that. You know what I mean? Like, still scared. It's like, I don't get it. White people people charge. They come in, they pay $500 for color.
And with no style or nothing. And they just, and they leave wet.
They own hair.
Right.
And black people be like, and I'm like, do y'all understand that there's a increase every 2-3 years in the economy? Don't people want raises? They want the minimum wage to go to 50. We need to get a raise too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Price has been the same forever. Like, for real.
Now this well, this is a two-part question for you, because you've done so many celebrities, you've done red carpets, and you've had people going on TV shows, all that stuff. So has there been a time for you when you know you killed it? You like, oh, this is girl, we killed this, and they looked amazing to you, and they went out to the public, and it had an opposite reaction. And then vice versa, when you was just like, okay, girl, we got it done. Okay, girl, we're on time crunch by. And then when they go out there, they're like, this is the new trend. This is amazing. You like, really? So has that been part of your journey?
Yeah. Yes, I remember an instance particular was when I was working with Tyra, and we was on the Tyra show, and we was switching. She had a very strenuous schedule from Top Model to her talk show. So some days I probably could tell you, hey Cynthia. When I remember the time when Tyra went on the show, she was on Top Model, and I did these like top not here, and a not here. Mm-hmm. And I did the freaking hair for Top Model for fashion. Right. She hit that talk show, and she tried to. Tyra's one of those, if she likes something, or because her days were so strenuous, she would be doing Top Model editing till probably like 11, 12 at night. They had to wake up at 6 to get back over to the show to be there for the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So Tyra would do this, face everything, and be right back for the show. I'm good. Be ready to go. Yeah, whole face still done. I remember, you know what I mean? And that look, they came in the room and they said, a couple of months back, we did this look, and we just wanted to see how you feel about it, Kiyah. A lot of the guests wrote in 10,000. Can we? They hated her hair. They hated it. Why, honey?
You was like, but for Top Model, it was
the book this thick. The producers came in with, and they were like, the hair is terrible. Terrible. I guess when I look back in retrospect, it was terrible. And she went on air with it for like 2 days. She was like, I just got bashed for like 2 days. So that was one. Then the other one was, hold up, I think my piece is falling. Then the other one was one where she did the Emmys. Mm-hmm. And the Emmys hair turned out to be so good that she rocked that on the show 2-3 days in a row. It was like a back do, and it was for NBC. I don't know, whatever red carpet it was. It's like this beautiful blue background, and she had a swoop updo. It's everywhere, even to this day. For like updos, it might have made it in the updo. And we were rushing again. Talk show, Top Model, promoting. You know how they do? They'll promote something else while they're in. Mm-hmm. It's the whole thing, and we were just rushing. It turned out to be a smash. And she rocked it on the show the next day. She was like, I love my Emmy hair so much, I rocked it 2 days in a row. You know? So those are my 2 times. Yeah. So what is your creative process? Because I've seen you have a wide range of work. Yeah. So like so when it comes down to creating a red carpet look, or if you're doing an editorial, like what is your creative process when it comes into doing those types of things? Well, first, I always want to know what they're wearing. So, because I feel like the clothes dictate everything. Mm-hmm. And as far as the hair and as far as the makeup, I'm not one of those stylists. I like working with teams that are a team. Like, you know, because I can see, you look on the red carpet and you can tell where the hair, the makeup, the wardrobe was having a battle. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like trying to win. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The makeup girl, she's winning. The hair person, they're trying to win. Everybody trying to win. It's like, hold up, let's all get cohesive. Like, like, okay, so here's the eyes and makeup inspiration. I was thinking, oh great, this is the makeup. Because what if I do 40s hair and then you doing rock star eyes?
Right.
We're not in the same world. So the clothes for me always dictate everything else. That's kind of how I've always worked. And they'll show me pictures, inspiration, and then I'll kind of go through my creative process from there. Go to the beauty spa store, start to get me some hair, accessories, whatever it is I need. And stuff.
Now, why do you think that you had such a long career, especially especially in the celebrity realm?
Right.
Like, you know, and
Yeah.
and the fact that you started so long ago, but you're still able to be current and fresh, and like, you know, so like, how do you one, keep getting called back, and two, how do you still stay within the times? You know, because these new people, it's a new age of hair now that I be looking like, what the hell is going on? But to be able to still stay to who you are branded wise, but still be able to stay current. Like, how do you do that?
How do I stay current? I stay current by, you know what? I know that, oh, man, I think I still love being a hairstylist. Don't get me wrong, I have to say that first. My desires have changed, which I think takes away from your creative process. I really do. I hope that doesn't bite me in the foot, because I don't mean that like that. But when you're younger and fire and you're like, you press to death about every little thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if you explore as much, but I also like being with I like trying to be with the current artists. But lately it's interesting. I've been with artists that, when you work with a newer artist, you don't really make no money. Only thing, you can do all of this hair, money is not as good. You're hustling so much to make the one money.
Right.
But when you work with the vets, you make one money. You kind of good. You know what I'm saying? With a few of those, you good. Or if one person's on a run, you're good. So, you know, creatively, you want to be with people who want to be inspired with you. So they push you to be like last year I worked with Jennifer. Jennifer does a lot of like great events. You know what I mean? Like, we might not see her like on the hit list with songs. She always freaking working. That girl works. So if she working, making money, now I'm gonna work and make money. If she's doing the voice, I'm doing the voice. If she's, you know what I'm saying? So those are good gigs. Right. So last 2 years, she was all about her natural hair. That pushed me to be more evolved as well. You know what I mean? Okay, now let's bust out your natural stuff. Then I'll look through the gram. I'm like a first page gram scroller. Like I'm too crazy to just be in the world of Instagram all day. Right. Because then I go through about 4 sets of emotions. So those emotions are not always good for me. So I'll look through, I'll see. Last 2 years, I've been really inspired by artists like Larry Sims. He has really just bust through this industry. I mean, and this is late for him. You know what I mean, to me, to bust out like this. You know, keep killing it, bust out. We got a new stylist out here, Ray. Like, I just watch a lot of the stars. They inspire me. They inspire me every day. Like, I love it. Like, it's fun. Chucky, he's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at Nikki Helms. Oh my God. I'm constantly, Nikki, you the shit. I'm like, she's probably like, this girl's a stalker. But I'm like, you're the shit. And last year, she was getting like 130 likes. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was sleeping on this girl, like everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything. And girl, you're amazing. Like, at her, I was like a fan, because I'm like inspired by just creativity and the youth and all of it. Like, I'm not in competition with you anymore at all. You know what I'm saying? I never really was, but if we were on the same plane, we would all be, you know what I'm saying, on the same thing. I'm just not. I'm in a whole different space, and I just watch other stylists. They help me stay in trend. Just watching other stylists too. You know what I mean? They actually force me to go to class a little bit, because my life is so busy. I haven't made room for class. I haven't made room for it. Now I'm like, you need to do your class, watch videos, like, you know, get even better. Like, I do a lot of color, get even better with your color. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm very hard on myself, very. So, you know, I'm constantly like, what I'm into, I try to be into. Now I'm into my business flourishing, my online presence flourishing.
Mhm.
I'm good at it. Just do it. I don't like it. People think, Kiyah, you're so good on camera. I hate it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go put some makeup on. I gotta, even though every day I put makeup on, but still, I'm like, man, you know. So
I feel you.
being
That's how I am. But they want me to have a better Instagram presence. But like, I don't really want to do this. Like, I don't like. I
yeah,
like this because I'm talking to somebody. But like, just to get on there and just
yeah,
make videos and talk about stuff, it's just
yeah. But
not.
you are good at it, Derek. You really
But like, and you know, and the thing is, with our conversations right now, you do need to talk more about this stuff, Kai. Because the thing is that I feel like in our industry, a lot of the vets in the industry are not as involved as they was when we were coming up in it. If that makes sense.
And why do you say that?
Well, because I feel like a lot of vets are just doing like when I first came up, I had people I looked up to, like the Oscar James, the Serge Normonts, the Chucky Amos, all those people. And so my thing was to get to them so I could have conversations with them. Yeah. You know, I remember when I first met you. I met you at the Brunner Brothers show. You was, I think, I bad for Motions at the time, or no, not Motion. It was Clairol.
Clairol.
Yeah, it was for Clairol. Yes. It was Clairol. And you know, when I met you, I was like, that is fucking Kiyah Wright. Like, are y'all crazy? You know, so that was our thing. But I think now with social media, it allows hairstylists to become
everybody's a star.
Yeah, everybody's a star, right? But there's no guidance. Like so they're all doing it on their own, and they're not understanding that the etiquette. There's respect that goes along with this. There's etiquette that goes along with this. Like when I do at the Brunner Brothers show, and I was at the Brunner Brothers show one year, Johnny Wright was walking the floor, Larry was walking the floor, and I'm like, Johnny Wright and Larry Sims are walking the hair show floor right now, and none of you people know who these people are. This absolutely blows me. Like, this is crazy to me. Yeah. You know, but and no, not to any of the Instagram styles, but the Instagram styles of walk, and this everybody's just all going crazy. It's like, but we got to talk about the people that are making moves and pushing our industry forward. You know, because a lot of this Instagram things are great, but none of it's pushing the industry forward. You know. You becoming a brand ambassador lets us know that, oh, you can become a brand ambassador for like a big company, not from no wig person that just wanted you to shut out their wig. You know, so that's what I said. So I think that all of us need to have these conversations more to let people know there's a better place past what you're seeing on Instagram.
Well, one of the things I could jump in on that is figure out what your brand mission is. Mm-hmm. What is your brand mission? What is your personal goals and your personal mission is for your brand? If you see me on the gram, shirt up, coochie hooch, everything, that's not my brand. That's not what I care to do. You might see me put on a story. Oh, you know, I might have a little brag moment because I done lost 2 pounds. Okay. But I typically don't put a lot of that type of stuff on my Instagram at all. Like, it'll be like, you know, maybe once or twice, but it's not like my everyday story.
Right.
At all, you know? And I just, you know, I feel like once you know what your mission, your brand mission is, I stayed close to that, which is why I attracted an ambassador like P&G. That's big corporate money. They can't have you out here messing up their brand. So they specifically look for people who are focused and niche. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's really what people focus on in the brand ambassador space when you're going up with brands like that. You know what I mean? P&G is a big brand. So they're not just going to bring anybody on. They want to bring people on that can get the message out there, who are great on camera, who can speak really well. And remember, it's a lot of these Instagrammers think it's all about them. Whenever I hit what I get from P&G, the relationships and everything that comes with it, I try to make mention of them every time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing stuff. It's not about me and my wigs and this and that. It's Procter and Gamble.
Yes, honey. P&G. Yes, Procter and Gamble.
Procter and Gamble. Everything you use, from your tissue to your Tide to your hair products, Pantene, Head and Shoulders, CoverGirl. They got everything. Anything you can imagine Procter & Gamble has. So for me, that was like, now that I think about it, that was kind of like a dream. Like I want to be an ambassador for a brand. That was something that I really wanted because I would see other stylists doing it. And I'm like, damn, how'd you get with that one? You know? And I've just maintained that relationship with them for years. So, yeah.
Now, what is Kiyah Wright and Muse? What is your aesthetic as far as when it comes down to hair? Like, what is that you give, like as far as your aesthetic that you do for the clients and for what you present to the client?
Bro, like pretty hair, cutting, styling, coloring, wigs. I'm a little bit of I'm all about that everyday woman, that roundaway girl, trendsetters. Like that kind of probably is my audience. You know what I'm saying? It's not like and I can put a little fashion in there too, but I'm really all about like the everyday person on every level. I really am. They're loyal. They're consumers. They're just, you know, reliable. You know what I mean? Like I always go back to the salon because I miss my clients. Like we have a relationship actually. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna call all of them. I'm just gonna call them. Hey girl, what's going? You know, because they're just consistent. You know what I mean? So I would say I'm literally I'm an all over stylist all the way around. My career has afforded me to be universal in styling. Like I'm from DC, so DC was the leader of cuts.
Yes.
Cutting, that Page Boy, Nita Baker, Halle Berry, that was us all day. And New Yorkers wasn't really known for hairstyling. Doobies, long with a bang hair. That they weren't into like hairstyles. Then when I moved to LA, it was about blow drying, pressing, curling, and beautiful weaves. LA. So my life, I'm a big person about you are a product of your environment. Put yourself, I want to be with the best. I want to be in the room with the best. I want to work with the best. I'm that type of stylist. I have a strong opinion, but I'm a team player. Team player for me is like everything. And it's really allowed me to grow as a stylist. It really has. Like, I don't worry about any of it. Like, I just go in there and I be like, I'm all about like everybody being together. Like, this whole sweet thing for me I hate it. I like, okay, girl, what do I use? Okay, I got this 40 volume, this 20. How do I get that ash out? How do I like salon camaraderie? I love all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, what's your question?
No, you ain't.
Yeah.
You answered it. You answered it. And you added more to it.
Sammy over here.
But I'm with you too. I talk against the suites all the time. I say suites are just ridiculous because unless you're just a stylist that can't work with other people. But for a salon, like for you to grow as a stylist, you need to be in a space with other stylists. Like you can't learn from yourself.
Quick story. When I was in New York, you grow up as a stylist and you just want to be better. So as I grew as a stylist in New York, about 6 years in, I went around the corner because I was like, I want to grow. I want to work in a white salon. So I went around the corner to Warren Tricome. Warren Tricome was like the biggest salon in New York City. I'm talking, they used to do like Mick Jagger, Iman, like top models, all the New York fashion runway shows. They were like the best of the best of the best. I was like, oh my God, I want to work there. I walked around there with my little portfolio child. They looked through it. It was like, so you have to so when you start at the shampoo bowl. You start shampooing. I would come over from the corner on 43rd and 5th and that Coleman with a huge clientele. I'm talking over 400 people. Like I had so many. I remember because I did Christmas cards and I couldn't write no more. Me and my assistant were writing the cards out, and I was just like, I can't. Some people just not gonna get a card. I just and I was like, damn, I built this much people. This is really amazing. And I just remember back to the story. I remember going up there to work, and they were just like, you got to start at the shampoo bowl. Black stylists are the only place where you can go write and work.
Yes.
It's tears to this game. It's tears to it because there's so much you have to learn. Everybody want to go right into a booth, which are bad habits.
Yeah.
Bad habits. You need to learn professionalism. You need to learn salon camaraderie. You need cutting. You need to learn coloring. Black people don't like no science. They
Mm-mm.
start doing color.
Right.
Like over the last 2-3 years, really, like black colorists are becoming more popular because we're so used to doing it all.
Right.
White girl, she can just it's like when you go in for surgery. They got an anesthesiologist and they got a surgeon. Can you imagine just go shoot somebody up and you can leave? You know? So, they have people that just do color. To get a color job double process is $250 plus.
Yes.
$250 plus. So, and meanwhile, a wash, blow, dry, curl is 3 hours. 2 hours. You put them under the dryer with a steam treatment, you 2 hours for freaking under $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like it's so many steps that you need to learn so you can figure out what your niche is.
Yeah.
Your niche. I was one of them stylists that it took me to be 40. I'm 46 years old I learned it all. So I'm really good at all of it. And I'm the type of stylist, if I'm around you and I watch, if I see you do a look, I can copy it. Really good. Like, I'm like, got it. I incorporate some of that into this next time or something like that. Like, when I look at like Nikki Helms, like just jumping back on that, and I'm like, how do you think of that? All right, I'm gonna do a ponytail, but I'm gonna put a hairnet on it with pearls. Like, that was just so, like, something she did recently to cover. I was like, bitch, that was so good. I'm gonna think of that. Some inspiration of it, not a copycat, but you know what I mean?
That's how I felt about Navasha that's in New York. I love her stuff. I was like, man, what made you even think to do this?
Who is that?
Like, her name is Navasha. I'll send you her page. Okay. But she does this crazy, like she does like a lot of natural hair stuff.
Oh, natural hair.
Yeah, natural hair stuff. So when she just do stuff, it's like, how'd you even think of stuff like that? Exactly. Or even with Caesar, when Caesar do stuff, you be like, what? See, what made you, like, how did you think of, like, where did your mind go?
Me and Caesar do Sierra's hair. Sometimes I'll be like, now, if I was the black girl and I gave you Bobos, he got away with that because this is like a novelty game for him. I am real black girl. I'm like, Sierra, would you mix? But it was super amazing. Great job. Kudos to Caesar. Kudos. Great job.
So I know you want to get more to your business, but where do you see Kiyah Wright in the next 5 years or next 10 years?
My goal is to become the Paul Mitchell of texture hair care. Like, I feel that in our business, we literally don't have anyone that is like a huge brand ambassador for black textured, kinky, curly, wavy hair at all.
Oh yeah, no, we don't.
Why? Why is Pantene our hero for black hair? Why is Dove our hero for black hair? What about our Sally Hirschbergers, our Orbeys, our Sammy, all these white hairs, French Picard? Like, where is the black hair or textured hair care? I'm gonna say texture. That hair care leader and ambassador. So that really has been my goal. These levels of success. I want to own my own factory. I want to employ other stylists. I want to bring salon culture back. Remember how we used to have like a Dudley's? I don't want a hair school, but I want a creative school, like a hair place. Not school, but I want factory and maybe like an artist floor or something like that, like a big ass warehouse building. We are like creative. You can also get you a couple of hours downstairs, work in the factory, learn, understand the business. I'll have tons of ambassadors. You notice my name of my product is not called Kiyah Wright. Everybody's like, you should call it Kiyah. No, I don't want it to be Kiyah Wright. I want to own my own name. I don't want to sell my name later because I want to be able to sell Muse hair.
Right.
So I want to sell it for $8 billion. I want to become the Paul Mitchell Texture Hair Care, and I want to really bring back salon culture and employ tons of stylists and teach them about financial literacy. That is my goal.
And I like you had a number for that. I want to sell it for this much.
Yeah.
I like you. Yeah. You like I don't want to just sell my product. I want to sell my product for this.
Yeah. It's not a lot.
This much.
$8 million. I can go buy a house in LA for $2 and be done.
Right.
Go. Child. So I'm like, that's just my goal. I'm like, we literally do not have a Paul Mitchell's hair. Like, I have a book coming out, and my book is very finance driven. You know what I mean? I'm going to be giving you tips and what do you call it? Right now we got all these forms and contracts and things that I don't want to give away too much, but it's so many things in it that I needed along the way. Like, I mean, just paying taxes. I didn't even realize I had to pay taxes. So I was probably like in my mid-20s, just ignorance, family, not knowing, didn't go to college, not having that background, making cash freaking money. They just stopped taking cash freaking 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some cities still take cash. But now you go buy a house, you can't buy a house.
Yeah.
You gotta be being crafty with the books and your taxes and this and that. So you gotta show a presence. Or when now come, we're going through this coronavirus, I'm filing for unemployment. I'm filing for food stamps. You know why? Because you owe me. Because 50,000, your ass took 30. I only got 37. You know what I'm saying? Like dumb stuff like that. Like you're taking $15,000 from me. Yes. So if you give me anything right now, I want everything.
Right.
I want the goddamn everything. And I was stand in a line at the place and tell everybody, come and get your EBT card.
Right. Well, you know, and that's so funny that you said it, because my mom was so mad at me because I was talking on this with Oscar. He said the same thing. And she was like, why would you say you're getting food stamps and unemployment? I was like, because I got my unemployment thing and working on sets, I paid $106,000 in the unemployment last year.
Working on
I need my money back.
Because we pay into the EDD.
Yeah.
When I looked at my statement, I said, the EDD. Now I look back, oh, EDD, you owe me home slicing. I want that check. I want that, but I'm not eligible for a lot. Like I found out today from my account. She's like, Kiyah, you can't. I said, can I get food stamps? She said, Kiyah, you can't get that. She said, you can't get that. You go to jail. I was like,
but you can't get unemployment though. You can get unemployment.
Get it? She was about to bring the card over here. She said they're going to give you a credit card for it. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got it already. I want all the money, and I filed for, because I run a business. I need to be able to keep my employees. So I applied for the work share program, meaning I pay half the taxes, she pays half, and I pay her salary, and then the government pays half because I'm trying to keep my employee.
Gotcha.
Working while I need somebody to help me with videos, do all my stuff. I can't live without an assistant. I've had a personal assistant my whole life, like forever, because I used to live on the road. That's how I end up. Stylist, the key to this is keep your business affairs in order. Because I've had a lien on my thing from not paying taxes, all type of crazy stuff, because I just didn't know any better. And when I was like 37, I was like, enough already. You've made all this money, and what you got? What's going on here? So that's when I began to like, and now, like when we get back going, like I really want to like carve out some time to really understand like numbers and more better accounting, all type of things like that I just didn't know. You know what I mean? And those are things I want to give back to stylists. You know what I mean? Like, here's the point for this. Like, people don't know you develop your own product. There's a tax credit that you can get for developing your own product line. You know what I mean? There's so many things. Like, all this stuff is going to be all a part of my package. You know what I mean? So it's, that's kind of my goal and my journey overall.
So, Kiyah, this has been amazing. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left before they cut us off. You're the first person I actually went the whole hour.
I can't even believe it's been an hour.
Yes. I know, it's been great. But Kiyah, thank you so much. Y'all see Muse Hair here. MuseHair.com is down there. Follow her.
Kiyah Wright.
We got to talk more, Kiyah. I got to see you.
I know.
Because I love all this.
I'm in Atlanta. I'm calling you.
Please call me.
Period. See you later.
Bye-bye, baby. All of that good information, y'all. So make sure y'all follow Kiyah and all that good stuff. And we actually got 30 seconds left. So nice talking to you guys. And I will see you guys on Monday.